Hello, everybody. It is so nice to be back. I took last week off, totally unintentionally. It was just like a super busy day that I normally record, and I don't know. I don't know what happened, but whatever. I'm here. If you're new, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. My name is Sarah, coming to you from Northeast Ohio, just east of Cleveland, if you're familiar where that is. And it has been 2 weeks since my last video / update. I was so proud of myself because I was doing these every week, and then, yeah, I don't know what happened last week, but that's okay. It was nice actually to not worry about this, even though I don't spend a ton of time editing or anything like that. I'm not good with that kind of stuff. I just kind of, however they end up, they end up. But it was nice to, I don't know, just I guess take this off of my plate for last week. I feel like a lot of updates, but maybe it's not going to be as much as I feel like it is. I do want to go over my March stats that I'm super excited about. I have only one finished object in our time away from each other, and four things that I'm currently working on. Oh, five. I forgot to bring one down, but I'm not going to go get it because, well, I'll explain why. So what should we do first? Let's do stats first. We'll just get that quickly out of the way so that I don't bore too many people. For March, so super quick recap, I keep track of how many projects I started, how many projects I finished, how many grams in and out, with the hopes that I will finish more projects than I start, and that my grams out will be more than my grams in. I started in the month of March 5 projects. I finished 5 projects. So even though that's not quite a win, I'll take that. Being neutral, net negative, that's not net negative. Being, same on both ends. I'm happy with that. I had 562 grams. I can explain this. It is because I purchased the Homespun House year-long blanket knit-along. So all 3 of my months, January, February, and March, all came last month. So that will not be a regular occurrence. But that was a huge chunk of what those grams were. So 562 grams in, but I had 856 grams out. And that is all in thanks of me finishing my Felix cardigan. So I'm super excited about that. Overall, I was minus 294 grams. Huge win. Super excited about that. So very quick little yarn update as well, because I am going to be doing the Homespun House monthly make along. So that's a yarn I do have to purchase every month. And then I also subscribe to the Yarnable monthly yarn club, the month Yarnable thingy, and Farmer's Daughter Fiber Sock Squad. I did something crazy, you guys. I don't know what happened, but I canceled my subscriptions. I canceled both of my subscriptions, and I'm really sad about it, but I'm more so proud of myself because I know none of us need more yarn, but we want more yarn. But I really just don't need more sock yarn. I love making socks. It is 100% my go-to project. I am very well aware that you can create a lot of other projects using fingering weight sock yarn. But that's just socks are just my comfort. It's what I learned. It's what the project I learned how to knit on. So it's just socks will always hold a special place to my heart. I always have my hand knit socks on. I love gifting them away. But I just had a moment of clarity, if you will, that I don't need a blue boucle yarn for the blanket coming in and 2 sock yarns coming in every month. Not only quantity wise, but really financially. I'm just not at a place where I need to be spending that kind of money. I really wanted to work on stashing down this year and not bringing too much in. So I kind of gave myself leeway to allow those like monthly subscriptions, but I'm just refocusing, and that's okay. I mean, it's really good actually. Like, I'm totally allowed to do that, and I'm really proud of myself for doing that. So that's where I am with that. So the only yarn I'm really going to be having coming in every month then is my homespun house for the blanket. So that's nice to not, I guess, have those expenses, you know, plus whatever. I mean, if I do have to like get yarn for a project, but I don't really have any intentions of purchasing yarn outright for anything, because I do really have I have a lot of yarn, a nauseatingly large amount of yarn. Maybe I should take you guys on a yarn tour someday. It's actually really funny because you can't even see the way my camera is. All of my yarn is on, I have a whole wall of bookcases right here that's filled, and then over here I have a pegboard on this wall that is pretty well filled. I will say though, not that I have to explain myself to anybody, but I will say the majority of my yarn, like solidly like 90% of my yarn, already has projects that it was like bought for. It's just a matter of having the time to make said projects. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, so those are my stats, and that's my yarn update. Very exciting. All things very exciting. Now, let's talk about my finished objects, which is just a pair of vanilla socks. These are a hand-dyed skein from Hypnotic Fibers, which is who does the Yarnables. This came from a I talked about this a lot already. It came from a like a collaboration that she did with, I think the pattern designer is called The Spinning Hand, for a scarf, and I just wasn't jiving at the time with the pattern, nor was I jiving with this busyness of a sock for the scarf that the pattern was for. So I finished these. I did a strong heel, which is kind of like becoming one of my favorite heels, but because it is a new heel to me, I think this is only the second sock I've done these on. I accidentally made the foot of these way too short for my foot. I went and put them on, I think on Friday when I was like down in my office and I was a little chilly. And I was like, why are these so like, what's going on with these? And the heel was like, it's just, I made them too short. Totally my bad. I think I just was at a point where I wanted them done and I just didn't do good measurements and whatever. So I am going to give these away. I'm going to see first if my youngest wants these. He is super into like crazy bright neon colors and all that. So I'm going to see if he wants them. If he doesn't want them, I'm going to see if my cousin wants them because she has much smaller feet than I. So it will go somewhere. I'm not worried about that. It will find a good home. So that is my one and only finished project, right? It is, yes. Okay, I need to talk now about my loser project that is like basically never getting done because I'm just over it at this point. I'm just over it. I want it to be done. I don't want to frog it because that's like obnoxious, but I just want it to be done. But I also am so tired of it that like I don't ever want to work on it. Like it's one of those projects, and that is my Fidget socks, which are a free pattern, and it is a lovely pattern. I cannot convey that enough. It is not anything to do with the pattern. Let's see, where was I? I was here the last time, like right at the beginning of these blue stripes, and I have worked through the heel flap and gusset and all the decreases, so I'm just like riding strong on the foot of this, and then I'm at the point where I have to do the heel flap and gusset for this one. So it's just becoming such a slog. Like I normally do. God, I just really love this yarn though. Look how cute that is. This is the Felici by Knitpicks in the colorway Frankie. It's so fun. And I really just, I'm very particular about what patterns, if any, I used for striped socks. I generally just like to do vanilla socks, but I was looking to up my striped game a little bit by doing this fidget sock. The reason that these are such a slog for me is because my I don't do well with 9-inch circulars. My hands just hurt very quickly when using them. And I cannot use magic loop for patterns that have, how do I want to say this? For patterns that have why can't I think of it? Slip stitches. Because I can never really get my tension correct. So I do prefer working these kinds of textures in 9-inch circulars. But I know my hands are going to hurt shortly after doing it. So I just keep putting it down and not really doing too much on it. What I need to do, actually, this is what I need to do because I need to get these done, is I just need to do one stripe on one sock a day. Just to like get through it, because I do want them done. I want to wear them. I mean, they're like super fun. It is such a nice pattern too. And you know what I think I've always forgotten to say about this pattern is it is worked toe up, but I did not do that because I was not in a headspace to learn how to do a toe up sock. I've never done one before. And I just wasn't in a place where I wanted to learn. So I just did it like the pattern backwards. So this needs to get done like really bad. I think it's a great idea. I'm going to just do a stripe a day and just get these done. Because I really don't want to cast on another pair of socks until these are done. I do normally have 2 socks going. Like I'll have a texture and a vanilla sock going, but I like accidentally have too many other things like to work on right now. So yeah, I'm overwhelmed with my whips right now. It's obviously completely like I did it to myself. There's no reason for it. But I'm very overwhelmed. Very overwhelmed. And I've been really trying to consciously cut down on the amount of time that I do craft, knit, crochet, whatever during the day, because I realized that I do spend a lot of time doing it. And not that it's a bad thing, but I was starting to neglect is such a harsh word, but like neglect household chores. So that was another realization last week when I decided to cancel my subscriptions to the yarn companies. I actually, and no, hold on. Let me even backtrack further. I talked about keeping track of timing my projects, how long it took me for no reason. There was no reason for it. I was just personally curious how long it took me to knit or crochet something, a project. So I was keeping track of 2 things. I was keeping track of these socks, the fidget socks, and a tank top I'm going to show in a minute. And I realized a few things. That's where I realized how much time I spend knitting, because like if you have that number in your face, you can't deny it, right? Like it's showing you this amount of time that you have spent on this project. And then it just kind of made me start to think of like, wow, that's a lot of time. And I know I've also been avoiding doing these other things around the house. And my husband is so wonderful. And he never ever complains about me sitting in my chair in the family room and doing my crafting and whatever, because he knows that it brings me so much joy. But I also know that me spending all that time doing that probably 100% unintentionally, but probably puts more on his plate to have to do and manage around the house. And anyway, I just had a little light bulb moment and was like, let's figure out a new routine. So with that being said, I'm not keeping track of my times anymore. Besides realizing how much time I was spending, I was also being very, it wasn't making me happy in the sense of I would only work on certain projects when I knew I could have my phone near me and the timer going. So not everything was as pick up and go, like easy to grab as it normally is for me. So I was feeling a little limited, and it was kind of bringing some negative energy to some of my projects. So I stopped that. I realized it wasn't good for me. It did not serve any purpose anyway. So whatever. That's done with. I tried it for a minute. Done. So I got really off track with that. Sorry about that. Let's move on to... What should we move on to next? Oh, here. Let's move on to this. I should just do like everybody always does like what's been on your needles the longest and like start with that, but I don't know. I haven't done that. So I'm gonna, next I have my Homespun House Boucle Cozy Blanket, which is a pattern that Molly had written up herself. And I have January and February done. So both colors are worked into the blanket. And it's so lovely because it's just garter stitch. So you don't need to put any thought into it. Your concentration really goes just like making sure you're picking up the inner thread of the boucle yarn. My little mushroom, where's my mushroom? Oh, where's my mushroom? There it is. My little mushroom is where I was in my last video. So it's been nice to get this progress done. And I have March's colorway already caked up. I just caked all 3 of them up when I got them a couple weeks ago. So March is ready to go. I just have this sitting in a little basket next to where I do my crafting up in our family room, and it's just like there for whenever. And it's been really nice. I do know that my April color is on its way. So ideally it would be so nice to get the March color put in so that I was like back on track with knitting the month colorway that I get it, or when I get it. But this does take me quite a bit of time because of the boucle. It's a little more slow going than just like a regular yarn. But I'm really happy with it so far. It's fun. I like it. I'll be happy to have it when it's done. Next up, let's talk about my Whiteshell tank by Janine from Knits and Knots. This did get put away for a little bit as well, but I brought it back down and I feel like I've been working on it with a vengeance, in a good way. I've been really enjoying it. I've connected the front and the back, so I'm just working the crochet in the round. Well, I guess it's not, is it still considered in the round, like you crochet to a certain point in your underarm and then you turn it and crochet back to that same point, and then you have to keep turning your project. So I mean it is in a round, but it's not like continuous. I don't know what that's called in crochet world, but anyway, she's looking good. If you recall, I did have to restart this because my gauge was completely off and I was accidentally reading the completely wrong size of the pattern. So my cat stitch marker is where I was the last time. I think that, yes, that was before I joined in the round, and here we are. So here's the underarm. So I don't know, I have what, maybe 4 inches done under the underarms. And that's this like weird, I don't know what that weird line is right there, but it's going really well. It's just kind of like under my cleavage area right now, so I do still have a bit to go. I don't really love things super cropped, so she's got a ways to go. And then part of what drew me to this pattern, besides the fact that it was high neck, because I'll be able to wear it to work, it'll be work appropriate, is it has this really great thick detail along the outer or along the armholes, and I'm almost positive it has like the same detail around the neckline. I'm almost positive. So it's going really, really well. It's in the color Midnight. It's the 24/7 Cotton DK by Lion brand is what I am using. It's the most beautiful navy. It's so dark and glorious. So I think what I'm going to do is, as soon as this ball is all done, I'm going to go back and do the details for the armholes and the neckline, just so when I try it on, like I can get like a better idea of how it's going to look, so that I know how long I want to actually end up making it. But this is super enjoyable. The crochet pattern is really, really easy. Great designer. Her details have been really fantastic and really helpful. I'm not sure if I've ever successfully made a crochet garment before, so this has been a really, really nice experience. And I am very excited to have that done. Oh, that navy. I just love that navy color. Okay. Last whip is a new cast on that I had no right to cast on. I don't even know why I did it, honestly. But it is on my Make 9. And it is the Half and Half Triangle Wrap, which is a free pattern by Purl Soho. I did purchase, oh no, I'm in the middle of a round or a row. Oh, that's annoying. I did purchase the kit from Purl Soho at one point when they were having a sale. This yarn has been in stash for a very, very long time. I will have better details about when I purchased the yarn and how much it was and everything when I finish it. So I bought colors that totally I would never normally buy. I don't know what happened with myself back when I had bought it. I was just like really excited to like explore new yarns and colors. So I am, oh gosh, I don't even know how to show this to you. So I don't even know how to show it. I have one hank completely in, so I need to wind up my second one. I don't even know how to show this. It's just a garter. It's going to be a garter wrap shawl. You create triangle shapes by doing short row shaping. This color is called Clover, I believe. I don't know. There's nothing to see yet. This is one hank and garter stitch with some short rows. And then the coordinating color that came in the kit is this like super beautiful, like a lighter blue. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll show that when I get to adding that color in. So I'm going to wind up my second hank and get that in here as well. It does take a bit longer than I anticipated. You do cast, I'm making the larger size. There's 2 sizes available. The larger size, you cast on, I think, like 260 stitches, I want to say. So you start at the longest end and then work your triangle up. So it's been, you know, I mean, that's a lot of stitches. It's a lot of stitches in garter stitch. And, but it's been really fun. It's really cool to see it coming together in the triangle shape. I'm so frustrated that I can't show this to you. I don't have a way to show it. I'm giving up. But this is it. This is my half and half triangle wrap. It is part of my Make 9. I have had this yarn forever. It is a free pattern. All things good coming from that. It's been really fun to make. So I have that going as well. And that's all I have actively going. Oh no, my fifth thing. I have to talk about that. I'm not going to show it until it's done because it's a cross stitch. And I was so excited. I don't know. I was so excited to like get it and start it. I will put a picture up of what it will look like finished. I am a very long way away from that. But I don't know if there's a point in showing it because it's a pre-printed pattern. So there's just like tons of crazy colors everywhere to help you like color code your yarn or fiber, yarn, thread. So I don't know if I'll ever show that until it's done, but it's really cool and it's really pretty. And I was really excited to start it. I have a girlfriend that comes over sometimes on Fridays. She's like been my best friend for 100,000 years, and her daughter is about the same age as my youngest. So sometimes they'll come over on Friday so the kids can play and we can catch up. And she has for a long time been bringing her cross stitch. And I don't know, I'm sure I cross-stitched at some point in my life, like probably when I was a child, but I don't recall ever like finishing it or finishing one. And I certainly don't recall it ever like hanging up anywhere, like framed or anything like that. So I was like, I've really, really been wanting to get one, but I was like, I have so much other craft stuff going on. Like I definitely don't need to pick up like a new hobby. But then I got sucked in. I just bought it from Amazon and it was inexpensive. So I figured if for some reason I didn't ever finish it, like it's okay, but I hope I do. So that's been nice to kind of sprinkle some cross stitch into my knitting as well. But because I have all that going on, I am having a really hard time prioritizing like what I should be working on. And by no means does anything have a due date, but even for me, I do feel like it's a bit much on the needles right now. So I need to somehow correct it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I know things obviously need to get finished. And that'll be the best way to correct it. Finish and not start new things is really like the most ideal. I think I just really wanted the half and half triangles wrap because, well, it's been like in my queue and on my yarn shelf for like literally ever. I honestly, I think I bought the yarn in like December. It might have been December of 2022 or it was 23, but I strongly feel like it was 2022. So it's been in my craft room, my office for 2 years now, and I've been staring at it. And this year I wanted to, you know, do more with color, which is part of my goals for the year, which is also part of why that was on my Make 9. And I just wanted something cozy. I'm going to be doing a little bit of traveling this summer, so I just thought it would be nice to have that for on like the airplane and stuff like that. And I don't know. I mean, I know we don't need reasons why we start projects, but I just was ready for it, I guess. I was ready for it. It was either I was going to start that or I was going to start my Traveler shawl, which is an Andrea Maury pattern, because I did want to partake in her, what is it, like March to May Cal or whatever that is. And that's a project that I had started and ripped out a bit ago as well. And it's like really pretty yarn. It's like spin cycle yarn and it's really gorgeous. So it was one of those two things, but I decided to do the half and half triangles wrap just to help focus on my Make 9, because I hadn't picked up anything from that in a while except for my sock making. So I don't know, I guess that's why I did it. But I know that I need to finish things. I'm saying it here now, I am not starting anything unless it's a pair of socks. Okay. Oh no, it's not focusing. There we go. Okay. Sorry, a child home from school. So anyway, so I'm not gonna start anything new until I get some of this stuff cleared off. Unless it's a pair of socks. That's always a caveat, just because I like having socks going. They're easy to transport. We're getting into a busy season of like practices and sports and karate and all this kind of stuff. So it's just nice to have those smaller projects on the go. But anyway, I think that's everything. Is that everything? I feel like that's everything. I feel like that's enough. Well, it was so good to catch up with you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. And see you next week, maybe? Maybe the week after next week? I don't know. I'll see you soon.